You're watching Narrify.
I used to think the past was something you could leave behind. A chapter you closed, a door you locked. I never imagined someone would walk back into my life years later, not to win me back or apologize, but to destroy everything good I had built. My name is Adrian Cole, and the woman responsible for the slow-motion collapse of my life wasn't my wife. It wasn't even a stranger. It was my ex, Talia, the one mistake I thought I had escaped forever. I hadn't spoken to Talia in years. When we broke up, she didn't just leave. She tore through my life like a storm, leaving drama and destruction behind her. She hated losing, hated rejection, hated the idea that I could move on. When I finally met my wife, Emily, everything felt different. Safe, real, honest, something I actually wanted to protect. Emily had a warmth that felt like coming home after years of wandering, and for a long time, life with her felt right. But peace doesn't last when someone is determined to ruin it. It started with a message from an unknown number. Your wife doesn't really know you, does she? I ignored it, until another message came with a picture, an old photo of me and Talia, taken years before Emily existed. It shouldn't have mattered, but Talia wasn't sending it to me. She was sending it to my wife. The next morning, Emily stood in the doorway holding her phone with shaking hands, tears running down her face. "Who is she?" she whispered. I recognized Talia instantly, her twisted smile, the way she tilted her head, always hungry for attention. I tried to explain, it was years ago, before us, but the damage was already done. Talia sent dozens of images, screenshots of old conversations, photos from nights out, all twisted with captions like, "He didn't change, Emily. He's lying to you. He still wanted me even after you." None of it was true, but Emily was overwhelmed and vulnerable. Talia knew exactly how to strike. Suddenly, the woman who trusted me more than anything now doubted every word, every explanation, every reassurance, every attempt to calm her. She cried, whispering, "Why didn't you tell me? Did you still talk to her? Was she right?" And it wasn't until I saw everything Talia sent that I understood. She hadn't just shared photos. She wrote long, manipulative narratives about my real behavior. Fake messages, exaggerated stories, all crafted to destroy me. Emily began shutting down emotionally, sleeping on the far edge of the bed, crying in the bathroom, whispering, "I want to believe you." But she showed me everything. That word, everything, broke me. Talia knew she couldn't get me back, so she made it her mission to tear apart the life I built without her. And Emily, who felt every emotion deeply, absorbed every lie until she couldn't tell truth from poison. The beginning of the end wasn't a fight. It was heartbreak. "I don't know who to believe anymore," she whispered one night. "You, or the woman who claims she knows you better than I do." That sentence cut deeper than betrayal. Emily wasn't doubting my past. She was doubting our entire foundation. And Talia wasn't done. She escalated, sending more photos, more cropped screenshots, more twisted stories, each one hitting Emily where she was most fragile. Emily wasn't built for this kind of warfare. She was gentle, vulnerable, emotional, the type who loved deeply and hurt deeply. She had never experienced someone deliberately manipulating her before. Talia, on the other hand, was born to manipulate. She knew how to craft a lie so carefully that it tasted like truth. One night, I found Emily sitting on the floor of our bedroom with papers, screenshots, and photos scattered around her like evidence in a crime scene. She looked up at me with eyes swollen from hours of crying. "Adrian," she sent me this. She handed me a printed screenshot. An old chat, a stupid, meaningless conversation I had with Talia years before Emily ever existed. Just a joke, a flirt, something from a time when I was immature, lost, and young. But Talia had added her own messages below it, pretending they were part of the thread. The fake messages said things like, "He kept texting me even after you two started dating. He told me he missed what we had. He said you would never be enough." My heart dropped. "Emily, this is edited. I never sent those messages." She stared at me like she wanted to believe me, but the weight of Talia's poison was crushing her. "How can I know that?" she whispered. "How do I know what's real anymore? All she keeps saying is that you lied to me the way you lied to her. I clenched my jaw. I didn't lie to you. Not once. But every time I said that, I saw the pain flash across her face. Not because she thought I was guilty, but because she no longer knew how to fight her own doubt. That's what manipulation does. It doesn't force you to believe a lie, it makes you doubt the truth. Talia had taken over my marriage without even stepping into my home. She didn't stop after the first attack. She escalated. Every few days, Emily received something new. An old photo, a cropped screenshot, a twisted story designed to poke at every insecurity a woman could have. And Emily, she wasn't built for this kind of warfare. She was gentle, vulnerable, emotional, the type who loved deeply and hurt deeply. Someone who had never encountered deliberate manipulation before. Talia, on the other hand, was born to manipulate, knowing exactly how to craft a lie so carefully that it tasted like truth. One night, I found Emily sitting on the bedroom floor with papers, screenshots, and photos scattered around her like evidence in a crime scene. She looked up at me with swollen eyes. Adrian. She sent me this. It was the same screenshot again, the same fake chat, the same edited lies. And once again, her voice cracked as she repeated the same question. How do I know it's real? Every answer I gave fell apart in her hands. 2 weeks later, things escalated further, this time publicly. Emily's friend Sarah arrived at our house with a tablet. You need to see this, she said. It was a recorded video call. Talia crying, shaking, pretending to be traumatized, manipulating Emily in real time. The call went like this. Talia's voice trembled with fake sincerity as she said, I just want to protect you. You don't deserve what he did to me. And when Emily asked, what did he do? Talia pretended to hesitate before whispering, I don't want to break your marriage, but he cheated on me so many times. And the worst part? He always acted innocent. When Emily said, he said it was just one time, Talia laughed bitterly. Of course he said that. He said the same to me. He lies easily. You're too kind, Emily. You trust too easily. When Emily whispered, but he loves me, Talia forced fake tears and said, he loved me too. The same way, until he didn't. I felt sick as Emily watched me with trembling shoulders and whispered, how am I supposed to ignore this? How am I supposed to know what's real? I tried to hold her hands, but she pulled away, choking, I don't trust you. Not anymore. Every time I look at you, I hear her voice, I see her pictures, I replay her stories, and I hate myself for believing them, but I can't turn it off. Talia hadn't just sabotaged my marriage. She had infected Emily's mind. Then, on a quiet Sunday morning, Emily's phone buzzed. She didn't look at it, but I did, and when I saw Talia's name, my blood went cold. Emily whispered, Don't look, but I picked it up anyway, and the message was the final blow. I told you he would lie. Ask him about the night in the red apartment. He won't be able to. Red apartment? I had no idea what that meant. Emily stormed toward me, snatching the phone, shouting, Tell me, what happened there? And all I could say was, nothing. I don't even know what red apartment she's talking about. When I insisted she was making it up, Emily cried, She knew you'd say that. And that was the moment I realized I wasn't fighting my ex anymore. I was fighting the version of me Talia had created inside my wife's head, and I was losing badly. Then Emily said the words that shattered me. I need space. Space. Distance. Separation. From me. Not because she didn't love me, but because she no longer trusted herself to love me. She moved to her sister's house quietly, tearfully, broken, while Talia celebrated. The next day, Emily forwarded me Talia's final message, and when I opened it, my entire world stopped. He didn't choose you over me. He chose peace. So I took his peace away. She wanted to destroy my life, and she did. Then, on a Thursday afternoon, Emily's sister Claire called me suddenly and said, Adrian, can you come over? It's important. My heart sank. Either Emily was leaving me for good, or something worse. When I arrived, Emily was sitting on the couch, pale, exhausted, with dark circles under her eyes. She looked like she hadn't slept in days. Claire sat next to her, holding her hand. On the coffee table lay a phone, but not Emily's. It was Talia's phone. And my stomach dropped as Claire took a deep breath and said, "You need to see something." She clicked play on a hidden recording of Talia talking to a friend on a video call, not realizing her screen was being recorded. Her voice was sharp, bitter, venomous as she said, "Emily is so easy to manipulate. All I had to do was send old photos and she believed everything. Imagine being that insecure." My blood froze as she continued smirking. "He'll lose her. That's what he gets for choosing her over me. He thought he could walk away from me? No. I'll make sure he ends up alone." Another voice asked, "You think he'll come back to you?" And Talia laughed. "No. I don't even want him. I just want his life ruined." Something inside me broke. Not from pain, but from absolute disbelief. Emily buried her face in her hands, and Claire, voice shaking with anger, said, "Her friend sent me this." She was disgusted by how far Talia was going. I looked at Emily, shaking, crying, finally seeing what I had been trying to warn her about for weeks, and she whispered through trembling lips, "Adrian, I'm so sorry." I swallowed hard and asked, "Emily, why didn't you believe me sooner?" She broke, crying, I wanted to trust you so badly, but everything she showed me was so real. I didn't know what to do. I was scared of being the fool. I was scared of trusting the wrong person." "And you trusted her?" I said quietly, and she nodded through tears. "I did. And I ruined us." She reached for my hand for the first time in weeks and whispered, "Please, please tell me we can fix this." I didn't speak right away. My heart wasn't angry or explosive. It was tired, deeply and painfully tired. I sat across from her and said gently, "Emily, I fought for you. I explained everything. I begged you to trust the truth. But each time, you chose her version of me instead." She sobbed harder. I know I hurt you. I doubted you, pushed you away. I let someone from your past destroy our present. I hated myself every minute of it." I closed my eyes and asked, "Do you still believe anything she told you?" She shook her head desperately. "No, nothing. I swear it." "Do you trust me now?" I asked, and she hesitated. Not because she doubted me, but because she doubted herself before whispering, "Yes, I trust you, and I trust us. If you'll let me." That hesitation told me everything. This wasn't just about lies, but the damage those lies left behind, damage that wouldn't vanish with one apology. I took a deep breath and said, "Emily, I love you. I always have. But the truth is this broke something between us. Not because you doubted me, we're human, doubt happens, but because when things got hard, you didn't fight for us. You fought against me." She covered her mouth, crying, "I'm so sorry." Claire stepped out to give us space while I looked into the same eyes I had once promised a lifetime to and said softly, "I'm not ending our marriage today. I'm not walking away. Not yet. But we can't pretend everything is fine. We need therapy. We need boundaries. We need time. And I need you to choose me. Not when everything is easy, but when everything is confusing." Emily nodded repeatedly through tears, whispering, "I'll do anything, anything to fix this. Please don't leave me." I sighed, my voice breaking for the first time. "I'm not leaving, but we're not okay either. This will take time. A lot of it." She leaned forward and rested her forehead on my hand, whispering, "Thank you." But the truth was I wasn't doing it for gratitude. I was doing it because despite everything, despite the manipulation, the hurt, and the doubt, I still loved her. But I also realized something important. Sometimes the person who hurts you isn't the enemy. The real enemy is the voice they listen to. Talia tried calling, texting, sending voice notes, pretending she was misunderstood, pretending she never meant to hurt anyone. But I blocked her everywhere and sent her one final message. "You didn't break my marriage. You only exposed the parts that needed healing." She never replied. Emily and I started therapy weeks later. It was painful, messy, emotionally draining, but real. We learned to communicate, to recognize the difference between truth and insecurity, to understand manipulation, and to rebuild trust slowly, piece by fragile piece. One day, months later, Emily told me something I will never forget. She didn't destroy us, Adrian. She woke me up to how lucky I am that you stayed even when I didn't believe you. I didn't respond, I just held her hand. Because forgiveness doesn't come with words. It comes with consistency. And rebuilding doesn't happen with promises. It happens with patience. There was no dramatic fairy tale ending. Just two people choosing each other again after almost losing everything. Emily healed. I healed. And our marriage learned to breathe again. Not stronger because of the pain, but stronger because we refused to let the pain win. As for Talia, people who thrive on destruction always destroy themselves eventually. She disappeared from our lives, from our conversations, from our future. And one quiet night, Emily whispered, "I'm done letting ghosts control our life." So we let them go. Together.